Hey, welcome back to the series on the Novation Mininova. I'm Ukes. Let's talk about general playability and some basic functions. The Mininova is built for performance, for live performance. Every button, every knob, every interactive little bit is meant to be in quick reach and is meant to do something kind of on the fly, right? If you're on stage or if you're like in the heat of creating something, all the basic functions you need are pretty easy to get to. All right, starting off, we've got this very resistant pitch wheel, right? It's a little bit more resistant than most synths I've tried. It makes it feel very silky, very smooth, and a little snappy, right? It always snaps back to zero. So right next to the pitch wheel is the mod wheel, right? This one is not spring-loaded. It will hold the position of, wherever you keep it. If you're not familiar with synthesizers, this is something kind of more particular. It's a performance effect. It will change something about the sound. It depends on which sound you're using, but it's something you can rock back and forth as you're playing. And it's completely mappable. If you're building your own sound, you can put whatever effect you want on here. It's really great for changing the sound while you're playing, during your performance. Another handy function on the Mininova face is the latch button. This button will hold the current note that you're playing until you play another one. This is super helpful for things like pads, right? Or long synthesizers, because you can play like a nice chord and you can let it hold in the air while your hands are free to do other things on the synthesizer. You don't have to hold a note and then only have one hand to try and do stuff. You can just press the latch key, play a note, and it will sustain while you do other stuff with the synthesizer. It works very similar to a damper pedal on a piano, right? If you play piano, you're very familiar with what a damper pedal can do. You hold your foot down and it will hold the notes in the air until, you let go of the pedal, right? Of course, if you prefer to use a damper pedal, the Mininova actually has an input on that. So, you could buy any old sustain pedal and just plug it in and you can play just as you would a piano. You don't necessarily need to use the latch key. And while we're looking at the back of the synthesizer, let's look at some of the other in and out here, right? You've got MIDI in and out, which means you can use an external keyboard or an external controller to control the notes instead of playing keys. This is great if you like the sound of the Mininova, you like the controls, but maybe you just really can't get into the MIDI keys. That's fine. Similarly, if you don't play piano at all, you can take any standalone MIDI controller or even your computer and send MIDI data into the Mininova to control it using, any external software. Of course, you can go backwards too. You can send MIDI data out, either to record or to control another device. Anything that accepts MIDI in will accept the notes that you're playing from the Mininova. It's got two standard 6.35mm jacks, which are like, guitar cables, right? Just very standard. Send them to an amp or to an interface or, whatever you like. You can also send MIDI data through the USB, which means, one cable connection, you can plug this into your computer, record the MIDI data, and also power it, right? Audio doesn't go through the USB cable, but for the most part, it's a very, very convenient set of in and outs on this thing.